This is in civil court for a fake restraining order. Every order has been fake. This was to keep me away from my dad's funeral and for them to be able to steal my inheritance in peace. And it involved Jack Coles, Marty McDonald, Vanessa Hall, their parents, Marla McDonald, works for Department of Housing. So does Vanessa Hall's mother. I don't know her first name, but I knew her from ice hockey days 30 years ago. And orchestrated fake criminal things and all this sort of shit to get an extension from the VRO because they knew that I knew everything. And this was deliberate interference in my court cases constantly. Mrs. Adams' father is a cop. Dylan Dabble is connected to the rebels, and he's on Jack Cole's Facebook page. Jack Cole's meant to be a friend of my best friend, but really he was using the information to set him up so that they could abuse his kids. And this is what's going on. Please listen to this. After this court case adjourned, the charges were dropped, and she didn't show up in court because she just committed perjury because she doesn't know who the mother of her grandkids is, Liam's wife, who's friends with Marty, who's friends with the people just down the road. So listen to this.
It's your agreement to not contact.
Done that already, Your Honour, it doesn't matter.
So earlier on you said that you've got no reason to contact Ms. Adams, you don't want to be with Ms. Adams, you don't want to communicate with her. And so you could agree to do those things.
No.
To stay away from her, not contact.
Yeah, no, there's a very specific reason why I'm saying this.
And what's that?
That is because, right, Mrs. Adams, there is a great big game of charades going on behind the scenes here, Your Honour, that I've got direct view. There is a whole lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, Your Honour, that I have been investigating now for some 45 years, since I was a child, that has been deliberately planned, that has been in play my entire life, that involves some very disturbing things that affect our entire society, and now I've got proof of it all. Categoric 100% proof. That is unimpeachable, Your Honour.
How will that be in any way relevant?
Well, right now it's not going to be, well, parts of it will be because it's direct evidence, okay? And then it will go into criminal. Because this is extremely, extremely disturbing, what I've discovered. And I'm not saying this to be facetious or any of the other things, nor am I seeking to harm Mrs. Adams, because it is actually the complete reverse is what's happening here and has done my entire life by design.
Right. So you think that's labelled that for that hearing because it's not relevant to today other than there's no prospect of...
And Your Honour, may I please get you to ask Mrs. Adams, who is Lisa Jane Armitage in relation to her? It is very important that this is put down in these proceedings because it is going to become very poignant in these proceedings when they come, and once it becomes into the open air media, right, in our society, because what's going on here is extremely disturbing. That's all I'll say right now.
So there's nothing to say today, I'm concerned to your mental well-being.
Yeah, I have no doubt, and so am I.
And you've already indicated that you're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, I am.
Are you aware of any mental health issues?
I know there's mental health issues, but it's drug.
So there's a lot of evidence on the hearing today, including Mr. Adams.
Excuse me, Your Honour, I no longer take drugs, have not for years.
Not only the possibility of using this as both a minor and an underlying mental health illness that hasn't properly been treated, because there's some aspect of what you're saying and how you conducted the hearing that very well, and that's going to make it difficult for the hearing because there's only one issue to decide, one issue only.
Yeah, I understand completely, Your Honour. It's irrelevant to this case, I get it.
Correct, irrelevant. There's one issue, and that issue is, does Ms. Adams have grounds on the balance of probabilities to be or to remain fearful?
I do know exactly why she's here today, Your Honour, and exactly how it all came about, because I did it deliberately in order for these proceedings to happen, and exactly what's happened has happened without me contacting her, period, or trying to.
Even just what you said, reaffirms the view that I had that you're not for that while
No, this is what you don't understand, Your Honour. I'm exactly speaking the truth,
we've got a date for the hearing.
unfortunately. With proof.
Yeah, might even need a date.
If
At
we
least
could
a half.
today, I need to call the things.
Or at least a half.
2nd of January. Is that too soon?
I need it ASAP myself, personally.
The order expires 13th of January. We don't need to have it a bit later in January.
What about the 11th of January?
I do have other court matters that are that are directly associated with all these dramas in January sometime. So I don't. It won't be double booked. I suppose it'll be.
What's that in relation? Yeah, just prosecution.
Yeah.
Have the police charged with
Oh yeah, completely, and it's completely fraudulent, and I can prove it.
Is any of those involved in Adams?
Yeah, they do actually. Funnily enough.
So these proceedings have to wait until the police proceedings are finished.
Yeah.
What are the police charged for?
Criminal damage. Being in public to cause fear, right? Now these crimes are not directly related like in a linear fashion, but they are in regards to the names that I had hence mentioned, and also everything else that's happening currently directly in my life, and I'm not mentally ill. Your colleague here should be able to find those listings.
Because one of the things that you ought to keep in mind, and it's in the legislation, that's what I want to get out to you, is that in deciding the outcome of the application to extend, one of the things that the court's required to take into account is any criminal conviction.
Of course, Your Honour. I understand completely, hence why this is... Yeah, okay.
And why is that the case? Because that would inform the court about whether it's needed to protect the applicant. So those other police proceedings...
Yeah, it makes sense to me now.
For two reasons. One, because the court needs to know the outcome, and two, you shouldn't be giving evidence in civil proceedings whilst you've got police charges.
Correct, yeah.
And so these proceedings, this application will have to wait until after the police proceedings. Because you shouldn't be giving evidence in here if it's relevant.
See, okay, let's say this. Okay, these particular matters.
We've got the future date for Mr. Adams in the police court.
Well, one's a traffic matter, that's the 31st of January.
Right, so that's
That's irrelevant.
Then there's criminal damage or destruction of property trial on the 16th of Feb.
Okay, so January's fine.
And then there's...
No? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
And then, I'm not sure if this is related, but there's being armed or pretending to be armed on the 29th of April.
Yeah.
Is that a trial as well?
Oh yeah, that'll be... yeah, which is deliberately done.
Please, and try not to interrupt me.
Sorry, I apologise.
The trial in February and the trial in April, does that have any connection with Ms. Adams?
They do, directly. Oh yeah, 100%. And I've got all the evidence.
That being the case, the application to extend should be after the April trial. For two reasons. One, the court needs to know the outcome of the prosecution, because if Mr. Adams was to be convicted, then that would have a bearing on the application to extend, because it might justify the fears that you have. Equally, Mr. Adams shouldn't be required to give evidence in these civil proceedings, because it might impact on the outcome of the police proceedings. And so the reality is that the application to extend needs to wait until the police charges have been finished. Do you understand that, Mr. Adams?
I certainly do, Your Honour. I see a bigger picture that's completely clear.
What we do today then is adjourn the application to extend, not for a full-blown hearing, but for what's called a mention hearing. After the 29th of April. Because by then there'll be an outcome of the two police matters, the going armed in public, or being armed in April, and then the criminal damage in February. But in the meantime, the order stays in place.
Perfect. Could I just say I know nothing about those. I know nothing about what he's talking about, so I wasn't aware of that.
Shouldn't be compelled to give evidence today, because in the police court, entitled to the right to silence. The person accused of being required to give evidence in support of their position. They have the right to silence, presumption of innocence. And so come to court in the civil proceedings, you give evidence that might be used against the person in the police trial. And in 1st of May. So by the 1st of May 2024, Mr. Adams ought to have an outcome in both of the police matters, the February matter, April matter, and even the traffic matter, although traffic orders.
And Your Honour, once these proceedings do come to a finality, it's going to show a great big spotlight exactly what I'm talking about here, and then you'll assume my mental health is completely fine, apart from my post-traumatic stress.
It's a matter for another day.
Yeah, that certainly is, and
The
I
issue
agree.
today is that there's no prospect. Sometimes the court's able to achieve a resolution because the parties agree an outcome. That's not possible, clearly. And so what happens today is the following orders. 1, the application to extend, the application to verify extending, is adjourned to the 1st of May at 9:30 for a mention. You'll get a copy of the orders. One of the orders I make today is that you get a copy of the orders, but it's a bit hard to follow. But order 1 will be that the application by the person protected to extend the order is adjourned to the 1st of May 2024, the Magistrates Court adjourned for a mention, not a full-blown hearing, just a mention to see what happens next.
Now,
The orders that I make today will include, please.
Yeah.
Just wait, please. The orders that I make today will include that the long adjournment is because there's police charges pending that Mr. Adams admits are relevant. The 3rd order I'm making today is that the final family violence restraining order that was made on the 13th of January 2022 extends until any further order of the court, so it remains in place. And the final order I'm making today is that each of you will receive a copy of the orders by email or post.
I need physical, give it to me physically, Your Honour, and that is essential.
Send that to you.
That is essential, I get it physically today.
Well, you won't get it today, but you might get it in the post in the next.
I doubt it.
So if you can write down your postal address, pass
Yeah.
it to the orderly, and that's where.
Your Honour, they've got people, their associates in your building here that have interfered in these things.
So you write down the postal address, and are you seeing a GP or a doctor?
Oh yeah, of course, Your Honour.
Put your address down there,
Thank
please.
you.
So you're providing for an email address, is that Mr.
I did do, yes.
So your copy of the orders will go to your email address. Mr. Adams' copy of the written orders will go to the address that is about to provide. The order that was made in January continues to apply for this application. So beyond the you understand what's happening?
Yes, I do, Your Honour, very clearly. It's really put a big, clear indication of exactly.
This is adjourned to the 1st of May. The family violence restraining order that was made in January 2022 continues until further order of the court. The reason for the adjournment is because you've got police trials pending, and you'll get a copy of the order. In your case, Mr. Adams might pass to the address that you've provided to the court. The order from Adams will go to your email address. You'll press pay.
Your Honour, may I just ask the court, when we're speaking here today before a judge, even though it's civil, and you speak and you lie deliberately, is that considered perjury?
If I was to lie,
No, if either of us.
well, it might be.
Deliberately. Like completely deliberately, and I can prove it.
It's a strange question to ask.
I know that, Your Honour, I know that.
No one's given evidence today.
I understand that, but I'm just stating this for a specific reason.
I don't think it's a helpful question. You're free to that.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Just confine yourself to the issue. So you understand the orders?
Yes, I do, Your Honour.
Thank you. You
Yes.
go out that door.
Thank you.
Okay, so what happened after that? I left the courthouse. I went and saw my brother very deliberately and told him that I recorded all that. And then the 15 minutes later, the charges were dropped. That were fake anyway, connected to orchestrating everything to get this order extended. That's why they did the fake crimes. And they've been doing that to me since I turned 18. And, you know, this is the certainty, what's going on. There's no doubt about it. None at all. And this is how fucked I have them. I've cornered them, and now they're trying to unalive me. The government, okay? Very specifically, the government.